We welcome you for the first time in 2025 to Boschemmer Gymnasium for the first home volleyball match of the season. It's the Brevard College Tornadoes and the visiting Bob Jones Bruins. Ryan Wilkes with you, taking you through all of the action tonight as Brevard looks to get back on track. 1-7 so far this year, but a lot of competitive sets, especially this past weekend of the Maroon Classic. 8 of those sets came within 5 points or less, and 6 of them were won by the Tornadoes' opponents. Talked about that with Coach Eric Freed on Tornado Talk last night. Izzy Boulay as well, who we'll talk about her in a minute. How can they close out those tight sets? And I think they're really focused right now on chemistry with a very young team, a lot of young contributors on this team, and a lot of them in just their second year. Izzy Boulay, just mentioned her. She has a banner hanging over there on the sideline. I don't know if you can see it on the stream. You can a little bit. But Izzy hit 1,000 career assists in just over a year. Incredible achievement for her. 97 assists over the weekend in the Maroon Classic, which led to an all-tournament team selection. More than worthy for Izzy, who was excellent for Brevard. The Tornadoes did get a win at the Maroon Classic. It was against Hollins College, a 3-1 win there. But again, a lot of competitive nature being shown by this team. You know that they're not far off from where they want to be, and we'll see what the Tornadoes have to prove tonight at home against the Bob Jones team, who is just 2-7 to start the season. But this is a team that over the past 3 years has only had 1 year under 30 wins, and that was in 2022 when Bob Jones still went 27-12. In 2023, the Bruins 35-5, and in 2024, just a season ago, 30-12. So a program with a lot of success in the NCCAA as they look to make a statement here tonight. Brevard, with a decent home crowd trickling in this evening, looks to open the doors to the Bosch on the right note. Another volleyball match this week, later this week against Johnson University out of Tennessee. That'll be on Friday, as the Tornadoes look to have a good week here at home. Busy week here at Brevard. Football played this previous week and did not go the way of the Tornadoes, but a lot of positives there. The Tornadoes will be back on the road to face off against Sewanee here later on Saturday. So looking forward to this one. Brevard and Bob Jones to kick off a busy week. As I mentioned, soccer has a pair of games, one tomorrow against Piedmont women's soccer, and then men's soccer home on Saturday at 2, followed by the women against Averett at 4:30. So hope you join us on all our broadcasts here on YouTube Live. Always feel free to leave a comment, leave a chat, something along those lines, send a like. I've got the stream up here, so I will see you and I will acknowledge you as we go throughout tonight's action. About under 3 minutes until we kick this one off, so we'll take a quick break and be back on the other side with Tornado Volleyball coming up here at the Bosch.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits.
It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today. It's bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you could say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
With every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard.
over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
We're back here at the Bosch, about ready to go here between Brevard College and Bob Jones University. Ryan Wilkes taking you through all your coverage today as we direct our attention to the floor to recognize Izzy Boulay for hitting a 1,000 career assist. I'll let you hear this and we'll get back to it before we get going tonight. So you hear that, Izzy Boulay, just the 7th tornado in the NCAA era to reach 1,000 assists. And the more impressive part about that is a time period in which she has accomplished that. Just over 1 year of play, 1 year and we're talking 8 games here throughout 2025 so far this year. And it's just incredibly impressive how she's been able to anchor this offense and set up the outside hitters really well. As we get going tonight, we'll talk the starters here for a moment. For Bob Jones first, Elise Vest will start, as well as number 10, Alyssa Gobert. Number 11, Bethany Estelle. Number 12, Hannah Goodwin. Number 13, Madison Goldstrom. And number 15, Stephanie Burke. The libero will be number 4, Ann Lloyd, as they get introduced here wearing the, I call them gray with a baby blue Bruins and numbers on the front and back. It's a little bit of an off-tone gray, a lighter gray with the black shorts and the libero in the black and white uniform. Bob Jones led by interim head coach Krista Schlichting, as the Tornadoes now being introduced. Sophomore Emma Fontana getting the start. Number 5, Izzy Boulay, and Lily White, is the libero. Abigail Kelly out on the floor to start this one, and Milana Hoyle as well. 2 freshmen there getting the start. Caroline Moon, the sophomore, will get the start as well, followed by number 25, the senior, Jackson Tamicki. Tornadoes led by Coach Abby Pardee. She's led the Tornadoes to the most wins since 2009 with a 15-14 record last year. So we'll take a break here for the national anthem. We'll be right back. All right, just about ready to roll here from the Bosch. Ryan Wilkes with you, taking you through all your coverage tonight. Again, feel free to leave a comment and send a like over this way as the Tornadoes kick off the 2025 home campaign here against Bob Jones. Pleasure to have you with us tonight Want to give a shout out real quickly just to all of you that tuned in the football broadcast this past weekend. Got the official number today, over 9,000 people tuned into that broadcast, and that's just an astonishing number, and I'm so grateful that you all took time out of your day to spend some time with us. It was a long day with a 3-hour weather delay included. Nonetheless, a lot of fun, although the Tornadoes fall to 0-1. Try to get back on track on the road at Sewanee this weekend. First, though, we got some volleyball. As the Tornadoes obviously pumped up, ready to go, wearing the black uniforms with the blue lettering and numbering with a white outline. The numbers crested by a Tornadoes across the back of the jerseys. Tornado logo on the front. Pretty sweet look for Brevard College volleyball as we get going this evening. Brevard and Bob Jones ready to go. Looks like Brevard will start with the serve, potentially. Haven't gotten any signal yet as these two teams both on the floor. The referee's just checking the starters as Libero checks in for Bob Jones and Ann Lloyd out of Salem, North Carolina. Does look like the Bruins will start with the serve. It's Elise Vest to send it away. No score on the board, and the first set is ready to get underway. Vest tees up the serve on the back row, goes back row for Moon. Boulay sets up in the net. Milana Hoyle, a big swing, and it's out of play down the right side, and it's 1-0 Bruins. Not a bad idea from Hoyle there, trying to go far or near sideline. Just missed the black line in front of Chick Martin Court on the right side as Vest will serve again with the Bruins leading at 1-0. Serve goes up to the back row for Kelly. Boulay sets up left side to Mickey, a big swing, and it goes out of play, and it's 2-0 Bruins in the early going. Now they're going to say it was tipped at the net, and it'll be a kill for Jackson to Mickey. That's a bit of a change. The Bruins didn't like that call, but Brevard is on the board, and we're tied at 1. Kelly will go back to serve for the Tornadoes. The freshman has been impressive this season. 2 games with double-digit kills, which led to double-doubles. She doubled it up with the digs in that contest. 1-1 your score as Kelly sends a serve back row. Lloyd is there now, set up at far side of the net. Hoyle with the dig. Nice job by Kelly on the back row, and Boulay dumps over the free ball, but it goes out of bounds. Good hustle from Kelly on the back row there. A dig for her, but it goes out of play, and it's 2-1. 2-1 Bruins as the serve goes back row to Lily White. Now set up by Boulay at the net far side. Punched over by Caroline Moon. And now the Bruins will reset. A swing by Estelle, and she's blocked. Point Brevard. It's 2-2 after the block at the net. And Lily White will serve as we're tied early in this contest. White, the senior out of Mount Airy, Maryland, sends it back row. It's tipped around at the net and sent over by Bethany Estelle. Now White pushes it left side to Moon. Moon, a big swing back row, goes off the hands and out of play, and it's a point for Brevard. Gobert just couldn't get there in time, and Brevard takes its first lead early in this contest. Brevard 2-7 against Bob Jones all time. Did get a win last year in 2024, a 3-2 set victory over the Bruins. White sends a serve back row to Lloyd. Now far side, a big swing goes past the diving effort of Abigail Kelly. Point Bruins. Nice kill from Hannah Goodwin, who evens this game back up at 3. She'll serve and send it back row for Kelly. Boulay tried to play the net, but right there to knock it down was Stephanie Burke. And the Bruins have a 4-3 advantage. Nice play at the net by Stephanie Burke for the kill. Serve sent back row for Caroline Moon. Boulay sets up far side. Moon, a big swing. Was it out of play? Yes, it was. Barely missed the back line. Actually, now they're going to say it's tipped. A late call, but probably the right one. That ball changed trajectory. And it's 5-4 Bruins. The Tornadoes get the serve back. It'll be Leave Kylie Ketcher to serve here. She tees it up. Goes back row now. Near the net, a big swing by Bethany Estelle, but she's blocked. Point Tornadoes. We're back tied up at 5. The Tornadoes have been active at the net so far. And the score is back even. Catcher sends a serve back row. Now out the net, it's Burke, and she pushes it over, finds the hardwood. Point Bruins to get the serve back at 6-5. Couple subs checking in for the Bruins. It looks like Haley Prater will check in, as well as Maddie Stevens. Madison Goldstrom goes to the bench, as well as Elise Vest. As a serve from Prater goes back row. White got in on the hands. Catcher was there, but it goes to the net, tipped around, and it will find the hardwood once again. A service ace for the Bruins, and it's 7-5. Prater will tee it up again. It goes back row for Catcher. Boulay retrieves the free ball. Now far side from Moon. Moon a big swing. It's knocked down on the back row. Now Prater pushes it over. Set up far side Moon. She puts it down and it's out of play. Didn't get off a hand there and missed the far sideline. The Bruins on a bit of a run. It's 8-5. Prater with another serve. Short to Abigail Kelly. Boulay will dump it over and score. Pretty play by Izzy Boulay, who gets the kill, and it's 7-6. Boulay so effective with how great she is setting up the outside hitters. That time she dumped it over herself as Caroline Moon serves. Now it's set up, pushed over, just over the net by Lloyd, and it finds the hardwood. Point Bruins. 8-6. An awkward hit there from Lloyd, but it worked out just fine as it rolled over the top of the net. It is now Bethany Estelle will serve for Bob Jones. It's a short serve off the hands of Moon. Boulay is there. Kelly pushes it over. Now set up a near side for Gobert. Boulay in the middle. Kelly pushes it over again. Actually, that's Fontana who scores. 8-7. Brevard back within one as Fontana, right after the kill, heads back to serve. As Lily White checks out, Kylie Ketcher back in with Jackson Tamicki, Izzy Boulay, Caroline Moon, and Emma Fontana. Serve goes back row for Lloyd. Prater tees it up near side for Gobert. It's tipped to the net. Kelly's there. Boulay now in the middle. Fontana goes right into the net. Point Bruins. An attacking error for Emma Fontana gives the serve back to Bob Jones. Good idea there, just couldn't get over the net. She checks out. Lily White is back in as Ann Lloyd heads back to serve. Serve goes back row for Catcher. Boulay sets up near side to Mickey, pokes it over. Now Prater in the middle, a swing by Hannah Goodwin. Now it's tipped around the back row. Moon takes a spill, goes right to Boulay, but she dumps it into the net. Point Bruins. Great hustle there by Caroline Moon to at least give the Tornadoes a chance. But nonetheless, the point goes to Bob Jones. Lloyd will serve once again for the Bruins. And this one will go right into the net. Point Brevard. Nice break for the Tornadoes there to get an error from Bob Jones as Catcher checks out. And Milana Hoyle into the contest. Izzy Boulay will serve with the score sitting 10-8. Bob Jones goes back row for Estelle. Now teed up at the net. A big swing from Goodwin, and she scores. Point Bruins on a nice kill from Hannah Goodwin. Couple subs coming in for Bob Jones. Madison Goldstrom back in, as well as Elise Vest, who will serve with the Bruins leading by 3 here in the first set. Serve from Vest goes to Kelly on the back row. Boulay sets up Kelly far side, who pushes it over towards the back row. Now in the middle, near side, Gobert pushes in the net. Point Tornadoes. Abigail Kelly will head back to serve for Brevard. Down 2. As Kelly tees up the serve. The freshman goes back row. Vest sets up near side. A big swing once again by Goodwin, and she finds some hardwood on the back row. Point Bruins. Another kill for Hannah Goodwin. As Elise Gobert will head back to serve. With a 3-point lead in favor of the Bruins. She tees up the serve. It's a short one to Kelly on the back row. Set up, Milana Hoyle pokes it over, but right there is the libero and Lloyd. Now far side of swing. It's tipped at the net. Pushed back over by Brevard. Now another big swing from Goodwin, and it's another point for the Bruins. Goodwin has been busy early in this one. It's 13-9 Bruins as we take a quick break for about 30 seconds. Bruins on top by 4 here in the first set. We'll be right back.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
We're back here at the Bosch. It's Bob Jones who has been the aggressor so far with a 13-9 lead. Hannah Goodwin back-to-back kills for this Bob Jones team, who has a 4-point lead at the first called timeout. Brevard burns one, and Abby Pardee calls a timeout. Talked a little bit about Abby and the success this team had last year. 15 wins and most since 2009. It's a serve from Gobert, is on the back row. Now goes to Hoyle, who puts it down and scores. She high-pointed that one. The lefty finds a hardwood, and Brevard back on the board with a serve. Tamiki checks out, Fontana back in as Lily White will serve for Brevard. 13-10 your score now. As White tees it up with the right hand, sends it back row, and it went just beyond the back line. And the service error makes it 14-10. Serve goes back row to Lily White. Caroline Moon pushes it near side for Hoyle. Big swing by her, but Bob Jones able to recover. Kelly retrieves, pushes a free ball over, and Bob Jones takes advantage. Stephanie Burke with the swing and the score, and it's 15-10 Bruins. Serve goes back row for Kelly once again. Boulay tees it up. Fontana swings, and she scores. It's 15-11 as Fontana with a big kill to get Brevard back within 4. Kylie Ketcher checks in. She will serve for the Tornadoes. Serve from Ketcher. It's back row. It's teed up in the middle. A big swing by Burke. And she scores. Point Bruins. Brevard has tried to seize momentum, but it seems like Bob Jones has just done the right things at the right time to retain this 5-point advantage as Maddie Stevens checks in. And Haley Prater checks in to serve. 5-point lead for Bob Jones. The Prater serve goes right to Kelly. Kelly near the net for Boulay. Boulay to Fontana. Goes off the net. Fontana tries to retrieve. Ketcher will push it over. Nice job by Brevard to recover there. As a dump from Prater. Finds a hardwood. She did exactly what Izzy Boulay did just a couple plays ago. And she scores as well to make it 17-11. Biggest lead for Bob Jones here in this first set. As Prater will once again tee it up for the Bruins. Sends it back row. Lily White is there. Boulay pushes it far side, Caroline Moon, and too strong with the swing. It's out of play. Actually, now they're going to say, once again, it is tipped. It's hard to tell at the net whether or not these attacks are touched, but that time it was. And Brevard's back within 5 points. Go over the numbers here in a moment. Certainly some trends coming out here in this first set as Moon's serve is short, but it's retrieved, now tipped around, and it hits the net off the hands of Prater and Burke. Point Brevard. Back-to-back points for the Tornadoes, looking to build a little bit of a run here and get back in this contest. First serve from Caroline Moon. It's back row. Prater at the net, sets up near side. It's Stevens, but catcher's right there. Far side, Kelly puts it in the net. Point Bruins. That makes it 18-12 Bruins. A 6-point lead for Bob Jones. With Bethany Estelle back to serve. Serve goes to Kylie Ketcher. Izzy Boulay is there. She tips it over to Fontana, and Fontana scores. Emma Fontana has been active in this contest as she scores to get Brevard back within 4. Second kill from Fontana as she'll serve this time. Prater sets it up in the net, pushed over by Stevens. 2 Tornadoes got their hands on it, but it finds a hardwood, and it's 19-14. So far, you see Bob Jones really being effective with how they place their attacks, not necessarily going full tilt every time, but being strategic, as Lloyd will serve with a 5-point lead. Goes back row for catcher. Boulay sets up near side to Mickey. She's blocked, but Brevard keeps it alive. Far side, Kelly pushes it over, goes back row, Prater. Now Lloyd retrieves the free ball. Gobert pushes it towards Lily White in the back row. Boulay tries to dump. Right there was Gobert, but she puts it in the net. Another kill for Izzy Boulay. That's her second. And it's back to a 4-point deficit. Hoyle checks back in for Kylie Ketcher, who exits. It's Boulay back to serve. Serve from Boulay goes back row off the hands of Gobert, but kept alive as Gobert will have to push over the free ball. Set up at the net for Hoyle, who goes off the top of the net and it falls back on Brevard's half. Point Bruins, it's 20-15. Brevard will burn another, trying to get something together. Talked about that 5-point weekend where Brevard fell on the wrong side of a couple 5 points. That's 8 actually. We'll keep it right here during this break as we'll talk some stats while we have a moment. Bob Jones has had the lead for most of this first set. Brevard has tried to surge back, but the Bruins have been not really willing to give up that lead so far. The Bruins a .348 hitting percentage with 11 kills and 23 total attacks. Brevard a little bit less effective, 10 kills and 27 attacks with 7 errors. Only 3 errors for the Bruins. That's where you can kind of find the silver lining here in this first set as to why Bob Jones has the lead, although the Tornadoes are fighting and, as I mentioned, have been in every set essentially throughout this past week and the weekend before. 10 assists for Brevard, 9 for Bob Jones, as we'll take a look at some of the individual stats. Talked about Izzy Boulay, who had 97 assists over the weekend, 1,000 in her career. She has 7 assists so far tonight with 2 kills and 4 attacks. She's been effective and efficient. Let's have those 2 errors, but she has been a focal point for Brevard so far. 3 kills for Caroline Moon to lead all scorers for the Tornadoes. A kill for Hoyle and a kill for Kelly so far in this contest as well. We're back ready to play with Bob Jones out in front, 20-15. Good time to call a timeout for Abby Pardee and Eric Freed, along with volunteer assistant coach Bailey Lance on the sideline. As Elise Vest will serve. Short serve goes to Kelly. Kelly to Boulay. Boulay now far side. Lily White and Abigail Kelly combined to knock it over as now Vest sets up near side for Gobert. Boulay, far side, Kelly. It's tipped around on the back row. Now a free ball pushed over at the net. Moon tried to get there, but she couldn't. It's going to be a kill for Hannah Goodwin. Goodwin now her 5th kill in this contest to lead all scorers between both teams. It's the 6-point advantage for Bob Jones. Boulay sets up to Mickey, whose swing goes beyond the back line. Point Bruins. A 7-point lead, 22-15. With Vest back to serve again. Elise Vest serve is short, goes into the net. Point Tornado. Sometimes that's the break you need. As the Bruins make a mistake, it's the 3rd service error for Bob Jones here in this first set. The freshman Abigail Kelly, talked about her a good bit, will serve. She sends a serve far beyond the back row and out of play. 23-16, the Bruins need 2 points to close out this first set. They'll make a couple of subs, get some fresh bodies in as Lois Beto checks in to serve and Lindsay Castle checks in as well. First time we're seeing those two tonight. Some fresh bodies on the floor with a comfortable lead and only needing 2 points to close out the first set. A serve from Beto goes to Lily White on the back row. Boulay sets up far side. Big swing by Moose. She's blocked and it's down. Point Bruins. A nice block at the net. It looked like Goodwin was there as well as Madison Goldstrom. And it's set point. Beto back to serve again. Her serve goes to Lily White off her hands. Boulay will dump it over, and she scores. A really effective play by Boulay, who's really had those snake eyes tonight. You can't tell whether or not she's setting or she's going for the dump. She does so right there to get the Tornadoes to serve back. It's still set point for Bob Jones, but Lily White will look to keep the serve with Brevard right here. Libero tees it up with the right hand. She sends it back row off the hands of Beto, kept alive at the net. Now pushed over by Castle. Back row, Abigail Kelly. Caroline Moon with the swing. She's blocked the net, but Fontana gets a hand on it to keep it alive. Boyle off the hands of Ann Lloyd. Point Tornadoes. Another kill for the freshman, Milana Hoyle, who now has 2 kills tonight and 7 attacks. Tornadoes will keep the serve, trailing 24-18 as White serves once again. Back row for Lloyd. Lloyd sets up Vest. Now a big swing from Goodwin, and she scores to close out the set. 25-18 first set score. The Bruins were able to build a little bit of momentum there and did not let go of it. We're going to take about a minute-long break here and be back with the second set. Actually, we'll take about 2 minutes before we come back for the second set. We'll be right back.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not. Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits. It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today. It's bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
With every cheer for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Welcome back to the Bosch as the Tornadoes look for an answer here in set number 2. Pretty dominant effort from Bob Jones. Only gave it the lead once in that first set. We'll talk about some of the stats here. For Brevard, there's a couple players with multiple kills. Caroline Moon has 3, as does Izzy Boulay, who was so effective with the dump, going with her 8 assists. 2 kills from Emma Fontana and 4 attacks, and 2 kills for Milana Hoyle. For Bob Jones, Anna Goodwin was definitely the aggressor in that first set. She had 6 kills, including 1 to polish off that first set. She's also been effective and efficient. 6 kills and 7 attacks with no errors, good for an .857 hitting percentage. As it will be Brevard to serve. Trailing 1-0 in sets. It'll be Izzy Boulay to serve. For Brevard, on the floor for the Tornadoes, it's Boulay, Moon, White, Hoyle, Kelly, and Tamicki. As Boulay tees up the serve for Brevard, looking for an answer here in set number 2 to draw the set score even. Boulay's serve goes back row for Gobert. Now far side of the net. It's tipped at the net on the swing from Goldstrom. Now Tamicki is blocked. I think it was a solo block for Goodwin. Point Bruins. Goodwin making an effect both at the net, offensively and defensively. As Gobert will serve with the Bruins leading 1-0 here in the second set. Back row for Kelly. Boulay sets up the net. Hoyle is right there with a big swing, but a great dig from Ann Lloyd. Now it's pushed over at the net by Bethany Estelle. Near side Kelly, she's blocked, but Tamicki is right there. Went in on the hands of Hoyle, but she was able to bump it over. Now in the middle, Goodwin again. She scores right in between the outstretched arms of Moon and White. And both points so far for the Bruins have come off a block and a kill from Hannah Goodwin. 7th kill for Goodwin. As Gobert tees it up. Boulay at the net. Sets up Kelly. Blocked, but it's right to Hoyle. Now Boulay pushes it back towards the middle of the floor for Moon, who sticks in the net. Point Bruins. 3-0 Bob Jones, keeping that momentum from the first set and carrying it into the second set. Gobert sends a serve back row Kelly. Boulay for Kelly. Kelly gets it over. Now a dump by Elise Vest. Tamicki with the swing. She'll score off the hands on the back row. Point Brevard. See if that gets the Tornadoes going here in this second set. A little bit more about that first set. There's 5 tied scores, 4 lead changes, but all came pretty early in that first set before Bob Jones pulled away as Kelly's serve goes into the net. Point Bruins. 4-1 Bob Jones as Goodwin will head back to serve. We've talked a lot about her. She's been the best player on the floor so far this evening as her serve goes to Lily White. Boulay sets up near side. Moon, a huge swing, and she scores. An aggressive, powerful swing from Caroline Moon. And it's 4-2 with Brevard getting the serve back. 4th kill from Moon, and it was an emphatic one. As Lily White will serve. Emma Fontana checks back in. Jackson Tamicki checks out. White serve goes back row for Gobert. Now tipped around. Good job by Vest to keep that one alive. Boulay sets up in the middle. Fontana's swing is out of play. Point Bob Jones. 2 subs checking in for the Bruins. It's Maddie Stevens to check in, as well as Haley Prater, who will do the serving duties with the Bruins leading the Tornadoes 5-2 here in this second set. As Prater tees it up with the right hand, sends it to Lily White on the back row, gets off her hands and shoots underneath the net. Point Bruins, a service ace for Haley Prater, who now has 2 aces on the night. And she make that her first, and it's a 6-2 lead. Next serve goes back row Kelly. Boulay sets up Hoyle, who pokes it over with the left hand. Now Lloyd near side. Boulay sets up near side Moon, and she puts it down and scores. not as emphatic as her last swing, but it was enough to score. And it's 6-3. Kylie Kencher will check in. It's the 11th assist for Izzy Boulay to go with her 3 kills. And the 5th kill for Caroline Moon. Catcher sends it back row. Now Prater. Near side, a swing from Bethany Estelle. Nice job on the back row by the Tornadoes to keep that one alive. Now far side. Moon near side, puts it in the net, but it goes over and goes down the near to the far sideline. Point Brevard. 6-4. The Tornadoes keep the serve for the first time here in the second set. And it'll be Catcher to serve again. Trailing by 2. Goes back row for Prater. Now far side, poked over by Stephanie Burke. Boulay dumps over the free ball. Far side, Estella swing. Goes back row, Lily White. Boulay sets up near side. Moon again. She'll score. Caroline Moon racking up the kills here in this second set. It's her 7th, and it cuts the Brevard deficit to just 1. It was a 5-set thriller a year ago between Brevard and Bob Jones. The Tornadoes came out on top and looking to even things up here in the second set tonight. Prater pushes it far side for Burke. Now Fontana almost underneath the net, keeps it alive for Moon. Moon is blocked. It's tipped around though by Fontana, and Boulay will hit over the free ball. In the middle, a big swing for Goodwin, but Brevard able to keep it alive on the far sideline. Prater near side, push over by Maddie Stevens. White keeps her alive. Moon now tries to go far sideline, but a Bruin is right there. Now they're going to call a net violation, I believe, on Emma Fontana. And point for Bob Jones. Talking a little bit about that matchup last year. All 5 sets were decided by 6 points or less. 2 were decided by 2 points, including the 4th set that went the way of Bob Jones, and the decisive 5th set, 16-14 win for Brevard to close that one out. It'll be Estelle to serve. White's right there, goes over off her hands. On near side, a swing for Maddie Stevens. Push near side, Moon goes off the hands of a Bruin and out of play. Point Brevard on the 8th kill from Caroline Moon. She'll go back to serve. She's one of the leading hitters for Brevard this season. 76 kills, actually make that 84. As her serve goes back row for Prater. Now near side, a swing from Stephanie Burke goes near the basketball goal and out of play as Moon tried to retrieve it. And it's 9-6, Bob Jones. And Lloyd heads back to serve with a 3-point advantage. Brevard has done a good job to try and get some momentum on its side. As we move throughout this second set, Boulay sets up far side. Fontana pokes it over. Prater's right there. Now Lloyd for Maddie Stevens, who couldn't get it over. Point Brevard. Here comes Jackson Tamicki checking back in. Lily White will check out, and Emma Fontana will head back to serve. Brevard's yet to lead here in this second set, as Fontana sends a serve over. Prater pushes it far side, a swing from Goodwin, and once again she will not be denied. She scores on another kill, and it's 10-7. The 8th kill for Goodwin, 8th kill in 9 attacks. 889 hitting percentage. As a serve from Vest sent over, back row for Caroline Moon. Now catcher near side for Kelly. Kelly goes back row to Estelle. Now far side, a swing from Alyssa Gobert is denied. Now Gobert tries again, and it goes out of play. Point Brevard on the attacking error from Gobert. And it's 9-8.
Serving for the Tornadoes, number 5, Izzy Boulay.
Izzy Boulay will serve for Brevard, trailing by 1, looking to draw even for the first time here in set number 2. Boulay serve, back row for Estelle. Now in the middle, poked over. Right there is Lily White. Now Tamicki with the swing. Lloyd right there with the dig. Best pushes it far side, goes out of play, an errant set. from Vest goes over the head of Gobert, and we're tied at 9. Brevard draws even for the first time here in this second set as Boulay heads back to serve. Boulay serve, back row for Lloyd. Now Vest sets up far side. Goodwin pokes it over. Boulay on one knee, keeps it alive. Moon in the middle of the floor, sends it over. Lloyd near side, a swing into the net by Madison Goldstrom. Point Brevard, and the Tornadoes have the lead for the first time here in the second set. 10-9 your score, with Bob Jones leading 1-0, but Brevard pushing back a little bit here in the second. Boulay serve goes back row. Lloyd Vest sets up in the middle, pushed over by Goodwin. Now Boulay sets up far side. Hoyle, a huge swing, but a dig on the back row by Vest. Now Vest pokes it over as this one goes near the net. A play at the net. Who's the violation on? It's on the Tornadoes. Boulay didn't agree from this vantage point. It looked like Bob Jones was the one to reach over the net as Abby Pardee looking for an explanation on the sideline. Nonetheless, we're tied up at 10, and serve upcoming from Gobert as Pardee asking for a longer explanation here. Doesn't get the call she liked, and the serve goes back to the Bruins. 10-all your score with Alyssa Gobert to serve. Her serve goes back row for Kelly. Boulay sets up Kelly near side. A swing goes to the back row for Lloyd. Now far side. Off the hands of Kelly to keep it alive. Boulay tries to dump. It's not there, but she gets it back. Now Kelly on the near side goes back row for Gobert. Over the net, Kelly able to push it over. In the middle, Goodwin again. High points and scores. Abby Pardee looking for the call that the Bruins just got. She thought Goodwin was over top of the net. She might have had a case there, but it's 11-10 Bruins nonetheless. Another serve upcoming for Gobert. She sends it back row for Moon. Abigail Kelly is there. Boulay tried to get there, and Kelly's bump goes over the net and out of play. A little bit of a miscommunication, it looked like there, between Boulay and Kelly. And just like that, the Bruins back out in front with 3 straight points. It's 12-10. The serve goes off the top of the net. Tamicki tried to get there but could not. And it's a service ace for Gobert. Timeout, Tornadoes, as the Bruins have ripped off the last 4 points to take a 3-point lead. It's 13-10. We'll take a 30-second break and be back on the other side.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
We welcome you back to the Bosch as the Tornadoes find themselves behind 13-10. After taking a 10-9 lead, it's been the Bruins with the last 4 points, a couple calls that Coach Pardee did not like on the sideline. Let's talk a little bit about Abby Pardee in her 4th season. She took over as an interim in 2022, a season where Brevard went 6-21, 10-17 in 2023, and then above 500, 15-14 last year. So you see the year-over-year improvement within this program under Coach Pardee as the serve from Gobert goes back row in the middle. Hoyle, a huge swing, but a great dig from Lloyd to keep it alive. Back row, it's Izzy Boulay. Now a set by White, far side for Hoyle. This time, she won't be denied. She scores, and it's 13-11. The stick-to-itiveness from the freshman Hoyle. It was a great dig by Lloyd to deny a great swing from Hoyle on the first try, but she went right back at it and gets Brevard within 2. Kelly's serve goes back row right to Lloyd as now Goodwin again right into the hands of Lily White. And Goodwin scores to make it 14-11. The junior out of Chilhowie, Virginia, has been nothing short of impressive with her 10th kill. As she goes back to serve, Lily White in the back row retrieves. Now to Mickey in the middle of the swing, but Beto is right there, far side. Now it's going to go out of play off the hands of a Tornado, and a kill for Bethany Estelle. And it's back to a 4-point lead. Every time you feel like the momentum after that Hoyle kill is swinging the way, Brevard, Bob Jones has done a great job to get it right back. This serve, this time from Goodwin, goes out of play. Maybe the first mistake we've seen tonight from Goodwin as she checks out. And we'll bring Ann Lloyd back in. Lily White will serve with a 3-point lead in favor of Bob Jones. She takes her time, tees it up with her right hand. It goes back row for Bethany Estelle, now in the middle off a couple hands, but kept alive. Boulay sets up Fontana. And now near side of swing, it's going to go out of play by Goldstrom. Point Tornadoes. Another instance here where Brevard rips off back-to-back points. We'll see if the Tornadoes can keep the momentum. Trailing by 2 in this second set. Really nice crowd on hand tonight. Haven't talked about that quite yet. Can't see it on the video, but stands have filled up quite well here on this side. White serve goes back row now. In the middle, a big swing by Burke. She scores. And it's 16-13. Couple subs checking back in for the Bruins. It'll be Prater to go back and serve. And Maddie Stevens checks in with the Bruins leading by 3. Prater tees up the serve. Sends it over back row for Abigail Kelly. Boulay sets up far side. Hoyle. She was either blocked or it went into the net, I believe. It was an attacking error from Alana Hoyle, and it's 17-13. Bruins keep the serve with Prater on the back line. Sends the serve over with her right hand to Kelly on the back row. Moon is right there. Now far side, Hoyle pokes it over the top of the middle blockers. As Prater sets up far side, the swing goes off a couple hands as Estelle scores, and it's a 5-point lead. You see the hustle, you see the effort from these young Tornadoes. The Bruins have just had the upper hand a little bit tonight to take a 5-point lead here in set number 2. Prater's serve goes back row for White off her hands. Hoyle with a great reaction time to keep that one alive. Lloyd near side poked over by Stevens. As Boulay sets up Caroline Moon, she's blocked, and it goes down. A block, solo block for Maddie Stevens, and it's a 6-point lead for Bob Jones. Brevard burns a timeout, trailing by 6. We'll take a break with them. 19-13, Bob Jones will be back in about 30 seconds.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
We welcome you back to the Bosch. Brevard trails by 6, 19-13 here in the second set against Bob Jones. Again, another set the Tornadoes got some momentum back, but have not had the momentum for long. Bob Jones has been impressive in its ability to maintain that. We talked about Hannah Goodwin a lot. She's the first player in double-digit kills tonight with 10 and 13 attacks. So she's been a really effective piece so far here tonight for Bob Jones. The only real blemish on her stat line is the one service error. As Prater tees up the serve for Bob Jones, goes back row for Lily White. Boulay sets up Fontana. He pokes it over with the right hand. Now in the middle, Beto. Back row for Kelly. Boulay sets up far side. Hoyle finds the far sideline and scores. Really impressed by the young freshman Hoyle. As catcher will check in for her, a much well-deserved breather from Alana Hoyle, who's up to 4 kills on the evening. As Ketcher tees up the serve, trailing by 5. Prater sends it far side. Now Boulay in the middle. Moon will try to poke it over. A couple Bruins there. Now with both hands over her head, White sends it over the other direction. A swing on the far side. Great job by Ketcher to keep it alive. And the free ball dumped over by Abigail Kelly. Now near side pushed over by Maddie Stevens. Boulay sets it up in the middle. Fontana got a piece. Now back on Brevard's half. As White rolls over the free ball. Prater sets up Goodwin. Actually, that's going to be Stephanie Burke, who scores and makes it 20-14. Really nice point, though, by Brevard to rally and regroup in between some of those scrambles for the free balls. And a lot to like so far here tonight for Brevard. Just hasn't gone their way on the scoreboard. As Estelle will serve with a 6-point advantage for Bob Jones. Boulay dumps it over the head behind the back and finds the far sideline. What a job by Izzy Boulay. Just flicked it over top of her head. And Brevard gets the serve back. It's Caroline Moon to serve. Sends it over with the right hand, goes back row. Now Prater pushes it far side in the middle for Stevens. Abigail Kelly near side, she goes wide with it, and it's 21-15. Not a bad idea there from the freshman Abigail Kelly, just a little too strong, pushing it cross court. As Ann Lloyd heads back to serve for the Bob Jones Bruins, a 6-point lead, 21-15, looking to take a commanding 2-0 set lead. White pushes it to the middle for Ketcher. She goes wide on the near side, and it's 22-15. Abby Party on the sideline trying to implore her team to find something here late in the second set as Lloyd heads back to serve. A high arcing serve. Ketcher goes down to retrieve it. Now Fontana, far side. A huge swing, finds the middle of the hardwood. The experienced Tamiki shows her appreciation for that as she checks back in. Lily White heads out. Fontana heads back to serve, with Brevard needing a late surge here late in set 2. It goes back row. Now Prater pushes it far side. Goodwin pokes it over. Middle blocker's a nice job there to deter Goodwin. Kelly with a swing on the near side. Prater sets it up in the middle. It's pushed over with Moon there. Now Boulay tries to dump again. Lloyd is home. In the middle, a swing by Goodwin, and she puts in the net. Point Brevard, 22-17, with Brevard trailing by 5 as Fontana heads to the back row to serve once again. Just looking to string something together here late in the second set. This one goes off the hands. Now kept alive by Prater. Boulay bumps it to Kelly, who goes off the hands of the middle blocker, Maddie Stevens, and scores. Back-to-back points again for the Tornadoes. It's a 4-point deficit, 22-18. Bob Jones leads here in set 2. Fontana sends the serve into the net. Point Bruins. A costly service error there from Fontana as a couple subs will check in. Lily White back in. And for Bob Jones, Elise Vest will check in to serve. And she heads back to serve, with the Bruins out in front by 5, 23-18. The serve from Vest is another high one in the back row. Moon has to come up to retrieve it. Boulay sends it over to Tamiki. It's blocked to the net but kept alive. Now Kelly on the near side goes off the hands of the middle blockers, but Vest keeps it alive. Now I believe a carry is going to be called. So now it's going to be a net violation on Brevard, 24-18, with set point upcoming. Exactly how the first set went, 24-18, with a Vest looking to close it out. Serve goes back row for Ketcher. Boulay sets up Kelly near side. She's blocked, but Tamiki is right there. Now in the middle for Caroline Moon. Back row for Lloyd. Vest sets it up near side. Rolled over by Goldstrom, and it finds a hardwood. Moon couldn't get there. And another 25-18 score. Both sets have been by that tally as Brevard finds itself behind 2-0. Looking to extend this one on the other side with the third set Coming right up.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not. Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate. With crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits, it's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today. It's bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
With every cheer for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
We welcome you back to the Bosch. Thank you for joining me tonight. Ryan Wilkes taking through all your coverage again. Feel free to leave any comments, send a like, whatever you may do as you take in this first volleyball contest of the season at the Bosch. Again, Brevard 1-7 so far this year with a win over Hollins at the Maroon Classic. And Bob Jones is 2-7. Again, this is a program that has had a lot of success in the past few years. Looking at some of the stats, really impressive 254 hitting percentage from the Bob Jones Bruins. Only 7 attack errors and 71 total attacks. The Bruins have 25 kills to Brevard's 24, but the attacking errors have hurt the Tornadoes so far tonight. 17 attacking errors for Brevard, an .085 hitting percentage, 24 assists for Brevard. 18 of those have gone to Izzy Boulay, who, as I mentioned, was recognized pregame for reaching 1,000 career assists. What a feat that is, not only in your career, but to do it in the time that she has is just incredible. As we're getting ready to get going here in set 3, Bob Jones looking to close it out and not leave the door open for Brevard to make a comeback. As we're just about ready to roll here in this third set, the one that Bob Jones hopes is the last here inside the Bosch. So Lily White's going to check in for Brevard to start this third set. And she welcomes her teammates back to the contest. And it'll be the Bruins to serve, with Elise Vest heading to the back row. No score here in set 3 as we're set to get underway. Vest sends it over to the back row. Kelly's there. Now Boulay sets up Hoyle, who's just able to poke it over. Now Lloyd, far side, a swing that goes well beyond the back row. Goldstrom a little errant on the attack, only the 8th attacking error tonight for Bob Jones, and it's 1-0 Bruins to 1-0 Tornadoes as Kelly heads back to serve. Looks like Elise Vest helping wipe some moisture off the floor. A brand new floor. If you recognize anything different on the stream, it is a brand new floor for Brevard heading into 2025. Great job by the crew over the summer to get that done. As break it in a little bit tonight with the first event inside the Bosch of this season. Abigail Kelly back to serve. Tees it up on the back row and just misses the back line. Point Bruins. 1-1 on the 5th service error from Brevard here tonight. As a new player in the contest, it's Natalie Trace to serve. She finds a Lily White on the back row. Now Moon, a big swing off the hands of Vest. And all the way back, the NATO Nation lettering on the padding. Point Tornadoes, it's 2-1 Brevard. Lily White heads back to serve for the Tornadoes. With the lead here early in set 3, trailing 2-0. First serve from White off the hands of Lloyd. She did just enough to keep it alive as Goodwin's able to roll it over. Now Boulay in the middle sets up Hoyle for a big swing, and it just missed the back line. Actually, now they're going to say it found the black. Point Tornadoes, another kill from Milana Hoyle. I was about to say, from this angle, that looked good from here as Hoyle gets another kill to continue a nice night for her. Her 6th kill. Excuse me, her 5th, and it's 3-1. First serve sent over by White. Now right side, rolled over by Estelle. Boulay sets up Moon, who pokes it over on the far side, but right there is Best. Now the swing from Estelle goes beyond the sideline. Point Brevard, it's a 4-1 lead early here in set 3. As a little bit uncharacteristic, at least in this contest. From the Bruins, a pair of attacking errors have helped Brevard take an early 3-point lead here in the 3rd set. Saw this go 5 sets last year. Bob Jones trying to avoid leaving any window of opportunity open. White's there after a next dig from Boulay. Hoyle a swing, goes back row for Trace. Now Estelle goes off the hands of a couple middle blockers and out of play. A kill for Bethany Estelle. And the Bruins back on the board to make it a 2-point deficit. Burke checks in, checking out is Lloyd for Bob Jones. As Goodwin, who's been really effective tonight, sends over a serve, back row for Kelly. Down near side, Hoyle, a huge swing, and she scores. You see the strength of Milana Hoyle tonight. She high points the ball, and she sends over some strong swings, and that is her 6th kill tonight. As Kylie Ketcher checks in to serve with Brevard holding a 5-2 lead over Bob Jones in set 3. Ketcher's first serve is back row. Now right side of Stell. She finds herself another kill, and it's 5-3. 5-3 Brevard with a pair of subs checking in for the Bruins. Prater checks in as well as Maddie Stevens. And it will be Prater to serve. Prater's serve heads to Lily White. Boulay sets up far side. Moon puts it down the back row and scores. Another kill for Caroline Moon. That's number 10 on the night. As Moon now has 5 double-digit kill efforts. Our most impressive one was 17 to open the season against Berea. And she has double-digit kills again tonight. She will serve, goes back row. Now Prater pokes it, the net goes underneath the net off the hands of Stephanie Burke. A service ace for Caroline Moon, and it's 7-3. Moon heads back to serve once again. The Tornadoes have been the aggressors here in this 3rd set. Prater sets up in the middle. It's poked over. Boulay retrieves it. Bumped by White to Abigail Kelly, who rolls over the free ball. Prater sets up Estelle, goes off the hands of Moon and out of play. Point Bruins, Estelle has had herself a set so far, 3 kills as she heads back to serve. Brings her total to 6 on the night. Still a 3-point lead for Brevard, but a nice swing there for Bethany Estelle. Her serve goes right over the top of the net. A miscommunication between Moon and catcher. Point Bruins on a service ace from Bethany Estelle. Back to a 2-point deficit for the Bob Jones University Bruins. Estelle's next serve goes back row for catcher. Boulay sets it up far side. Kelly, she's blocked, but goes right back to her to keep it alive. Now Boulay, I believe, was the one to dump it over and score. It was either her or Fontana, blocked by the referee, no less. Point Tornadoes. Lily White checks out. As Tamicki checks back in. Fontana to serve with the Tornadoes leading by 3. The serve goes back row for Estelle. Prater rolls it over, nobody home as catcher tried to get there. But a kill for Prater. It is 8-6. And Lloyd heads back to serve for Bob Jones. Her serve sent over to the back row for Moon. Boulay sets up to Mickey, who sends it past the back line. Point Bruins. Attacking her for Jackson to Mickey. To get Bob Jones back within 1 as Lloyd heads back to serve once again. Her serve goes back row for Moon. Boulay sets up far side. Kelly off the hands of the middle blockers and out of play. Point Tornadoes. 9-7 Brevard on a great swing from Abigail Kelly. As Izzy Boulay heads back to serve. We've talked about her a lot tonight and how effective she is for this Tornado team, kind of anchoring the offense a little bit. She sends her serve over back row for Estelle. Prater sets up Goodwin. She's denied that time as it goes into the net. Point Brevard. Looks actually like a violation was called on Bob Jones, and it's 10-7. Goodwin, Brevard's done a nice job adjusting. She hasn't been denied too many times tonight. As Boulay's serve goes back row, Prater sets up in the middle. It's poked over by Stevens. Now far side Kelly. Goes to Lloyd. Prater sets up Goodwin, who pokes it over. As now White sets up far side Kelly. Her swing goes back row. Now Prater sets up in the middle. Goodwin is right there to put it down and score. 10-8 after Goodwin collects another kill. It's her 12th of the evening. That's more moisture being wiped off the floor. Stevens checks out, as well as Prater, with Elise Vest checking back in, as well as Madison Goldstrom. Elise Vest to serve, trailing by 2. She tees up the serve, goes off the top of the net. Kelly's right there. Boulay sets up in the middle. Hoyle again will score. Overpowers the middle blockers, does Hoyle for her 7th kill, and it's 11-8. Fontana will check in. Excuse me, this is Kirkland Hudler to check in for the first time tonight. Kelly checks out as Hudler's serve goes back row for Lloyd. Now Vest pokes it towards Goodwin. Middle blockers were there but could not deny Hannah Goodwin. And it's 11-9. Goodwin continues to just overpower the middle blockers here this evening. As Natalie Trace checks back in, she'll serve for Bob Jones. Brevard has controlled most of this third set. It's a must-have if you want to keep this one alive. As Trace's serve goes back row for Kelly, set up far side. Moon goes off the backboard. Point Tornadoes. Another kill for Caroline Moon. Make that 11 for her on the evening. And she's really been one of the leading attackers and outside hitters for this Brevard team. Her 5th double-digit kill effort of this young season. As White tees up the serve, Tornadoes lead 12-9. Back row Trace. Push far side. Goodwin just able to poke this one over as Boulay tries to dump. She's once again successful. Point Brevard. Another kill for Izzy Boulay, her 6th in 12 attacks. and it's 13-9. First time tonight, Bob Jones will burn one. Brevard has a 4-point lead. It's 13-9, looking to keep this one alive. We'll be right back.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
We welcome you back to Boshemer Gymnasium with Brevard holding a 4-point lead over these Bob Jones Bruins in this third set. Brevard trailing 2-0 and trying to get into the set column here and keep this one alive. It'll be Lily White to serve after Brevard forces a Bob Jones timeout for the first time this evening. And White heads back, ready to serve. It's the clock hits 0, and we're ready to go out of the timeout. White bounces the ball a couple times on the back row. Now she'll tee up the serve, which goes back row for Lloyd. Set up by Vest. Now Goodwin's swing goes into the net. A rare error for Hannah Goodwin. Point Brevard, it's 14-9. White back to serve again. Sends it over the back row for Lloyd. Now Vest. A big swing from Estelle, but way too strong, and it goes out of play. Brevard's largest lead of the night, 15-9, a 6-point advantage. As White will serve again. Back-to-back attacking errors for Bob Jones, something that hadn't been common in this contest. Only 7 coming into this third set as White sends a serve over to Estelle. Now far side, Goodwin rolls it over at the net. Kelly on the back row to Boulay. Boulay in the middle. Fontana high points it and puts it down. Point Tornadoes. And you feel the momentum coming back a little bit back here in the Bosch as Brevard leads by 7. White ready to serve again. A little bit of a run here for Brevard after the timeout. She loops the serve, couldn't get there, could trace. Point Brevard. A service ace for Lily White. She changed up the speed that time, and Bob Jones not ready for it. And Brevard's lead extends to 8 points. Next serve from White. Goes over top of the net, off the hands of Lloyd. Trace trying to get there. Back-to-back service aces for Lily White, and it's 18-9. What a job by White to maintain this momentum. Back-to-back timeouts for Bob Jones as the Tornadoes have a commanding lead here in the third set, 18-9. We'll take a quick break and see if the Tornadoes can close out this set on the other side.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken made from scratch.
Back here at the Bosch, Tornadoes out in front, 18-9, looking to keep this one alive, trailing 2-0. Lily White, who has retained the serve for a while, back-to-back service aces, forcing another Bob Jones timeout. Serve again with a 9-point advantage. White serve goes back row. Vest sets it up far side. Swing from Goodwin goes off the hands of a tornado and scored. Another kill for Hannah Goodwin gives Bob Jones the serve back, and she will do the serving duties with Bob Jones trailing 18-10. The serve from Goodwin, back row to Kelly. Boulay sets it up near side. Hoyle, her swing goes down and scores. Another kill for Milana Hoyle. It's her 8th, and Brevard's lead is back out to 9. Goodwin checks out. Kylie Ketcher checks in to relieve Milana Hoyle and do the serving duties with Brevard leading 19-10. Ketcher's serve goes long. And Bob Jones gets the serve back on a service error from Kylie Ketcher.
The serve for the Bruins, number 6, Haley Brevard.
Note for this set, the Bruins with 7 attacking errors in the first 2 sets, 5 alone here in this 3rd set. As Prater serve, back row for Lily White. Lay sets up Moon far side. Nice job by Lloyd to keep it alive. It's tipped around by the Bruins and it finds a hardwood. Point Brevard, and it's 20-11. Nice job by the Bruins to just keep that alive, give themselves a chance to get it over, but just couldn't do so. And Caroline Moon will serve with a 9-point advantage. A commanding lead here in this 3rd set, and it'll extend to 10. A service ace from Caroline Moon goes off the hands of Lloyd, and it's 21-11. Moon will serve again. As it goes back row, Prater sets it up in the middle, goes off the top of the net on the swing from Burke. The Tornadoes rally. Far side, Kelly just rolls it over the top of the net, and Burke couldn't get there. Estelle was there. Got a hand on it, couldn't keep it alive. 22-11 Brevard. They needed it, and you could tell. They're playing with the urgency here in this 3rd set. Not that they weren't before. Just feel a little bit more, trailing 2 sets to none. Prater sets up near side for Burke. Off a couple hands in the middle blockers, but she scores. A much-needed point for Bob Jones. As we'll see Lindsay Castle check back in. She's been used sparingly here in this contest, but she gives Trace a breather. As Bob Jones trails by 10. Serve sent over by Estelle, goes off the top of the net. Ketcher takes a tumble to keep it alive. Moon rolls it over for Brevard. Now Prater sets up Castle, goes off the top of the net and finds a far sideline. Point Bruins as it's back within single digits, 22-13. With Estelle to serve. Estelle with the right hand sends a serve over to the back row for Ketcher. Boulay sets up in the middle. Fontana overpowers Goodwin and scores. She overpowered Burke there, who was in the middle by herself. As Emma Fontana heads back to serve, Brevard's lead back out to 10, 23-13. Fontana serve, back row. Prater sets up far side, and an errant swing from Burke goes into the net for the first time tonight. Set point for Brevard. Looking to keep this one alive and push it to a 4th set, as Fontana will look to close it out. The serve from Fontana, back row for Lloyd. Prater sets up back row. Estelle, it's blocked by Tamicki and Kelly. Now Boulay sets up far side for Kelly, who pushes it over, avoids the hole and scores. Point Tornadoes, the set goes to Brevard. A dominant 25-13 win. Not only did they keep the contest alive, but they won in dominating fashion. See, that could give you some hope here down the stretch. 2-1 in sets. Bob Jones still leads, but a dominant showing there in the 3rd set to keep this one alive. We'll take a 1.5-minute break and be back with the 4th set.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not. Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits. It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today. It's bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's Bo time.
With every cheer for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
We welcome you back to Boshamer Gymnasium. First time we're breaking in this new floor. Thanks for joining me tonight. Ryan Wilkes with you, taking through all your coverage. Thanks for the support, by the way, early on. First year here, glad to be here and glad to be a part of your evenings if you're checking in on Brevard College Athletics. I do greatly appreciate it. 2-1 in sets in favor of Bob Jones, but an emphatic win to stay alive by Brevard there in set 3. To push it to a 4th set. About to get ready to go here for set 4. We'll talk some numbers before we do. Some team stats. Talked about the attacking errors being a factor in that 3rd set for the Bruins. Had just 7 coming into the 3rd set, but 6 alone in that 3rd set really helped propel Brevard and keep the serve on its half. As the Tornadoes now outscoring total Bob Jones by 7, but trailing 2 sets to 1. First 2 sets were 25-18 apiece. And then Brevard with a 12-point win there in set 3. Lee Brevard will start with the serve. As White will check in, it'll send Fontana to the bench. A quick sub before we get rolling here in set 4. Referees confirming who's on the floor for the Tornadoes. It's Moon, Boulay, Kelly, White, Tamicki, and Hoyle. As it will send Izzy Boulay back to serve to kick off the 4th set. Serve from Boulay goes over the top of the net to the back row for Lloyd. Now far side, Goodwin, she's denied. It's tipped around and goes down. Point Brevard. Tamicki was there with the block, denied Goodwin, who has had pretty much nothing but success tonight at that time. She was denied at the net, and it's 1-0 Tornadoes. Boulay to serve again. Her serve goes back row for Lloyd. Set up at the net now. A swing by, it looked like Gobert, who found the back row just barely and scored. It's 1-1. Lois Beto checks in as Gobert heads to the bench. 1-1 your score here in set 4. Beto's serve goes back row for Moon. Now Boulay at the net. Goes over the top of the net. But Brevard a little too close there. And a violation makes it 2-1. Bob Jones. So now we're dry for Bob Jones. A little bit more from Greenville, South Carolina. See a couple Bob Jones shirts in here tonight as Beto serve a high arcer that White is able to get to. Boulay sets up Kelly, who pokes it over. Nice job by Goldstrom to keep that one alive. Now Boulay to Hoyle. Another powerful swing. It's tipped around, and it goes down. Point Brevard. Another kill for Hoyle. She's up to 9, looking to join Moon in double digits with the kills. Moon has 11. Hoyle has 9 to lead Brevard. Another note, Izzy Boulay, another double-digit assist effort. She's up to 30. As Hudler's serve goes over the net and down. An ace for Kirkland Hudler. And it's 3-2. Brevard with the 1-point advantage early here in set 4 as Hudler's net serve goes into the net, and we're evened up at 3. Sub checking in for the Bruins. Stephanie Burke checks in, sends Lloyd to the bench, and Kelly back in for Brevard. Boulay sets up in the net to Mickey, a powerful swing, but Bob Jones able to keep it alive. It's rolled over by Goldstrom, but it goes out of play. Point Brevard. 4-3 as we go back and forth here in this 4th set. Last set pretty dominated by Brevard, only 1 tie and no lead changes. Almost a wire-to-wire set 3 win for Brevard as Lily White tees up the serve. It's back row for Beto, strong off her hands and underneath the net. A service ace for Lily White. Man, has she been good with the serve tonight. It's her 3rd ace. And Brevard's lead is now 2. White sends a serve over with the right hand. A high arcer goes to Beto. Now Vest sets up far side. It's denied at the net by Hoyle and Fontana. Point Brevard. The two combine at the net, the freshman and the sophomore Fontana, as Hoyle continues to make a positive impact on this game. White again to serve with Brevard leading 6-3. Far side, a swing by Burke. And it's kept alive by Brevard in the back row. Now Moon tries to go back row. She just missed the back line. Point Bruins. Quick change for Bob Jones. Haley Prater checks in, and Elise Vest heads to the bench. 6-4 your score. Brevard looking to push this to a 5th set. Prater serve goes to Kelly on the back row. Boulay, far side. Hoyle pokes it over the top of the net, kept alive by Lloyd, who's been excellent all night with the digs. Boulay sets up. Fontana, a powerful swing, goes off the hands of Lloyd this time. Point Brevard. 7-4 your score with catcher to check in for Hoyle. And Brevard has a 3-point lead. That'll send Kylie Ketcher back to serve. And she tees it up with the right hand. Sends it over to the back row for Estelle. Now in the middle, Burke a big swing, but right there was White. Moon on the near side, pokes it over towards Prater. Now far side, Estelle tries again, but White once again is home. In the middle, Fontana off the set from Boulay. Now in the middle, a dump. Boulay able to keep it alive, as does White. The Tornadoes have to scramble to get back into position, but they do. Far side, a swing by Estelle on the back row. Great dig by Kelly. Near side, Moon. Lloyd is there as she takes a tumble. Now a dump kept alive for a moment. Fontana pokes it over, and they're going to call Fontana for running into the net. Nonetheless, a wonderful rally between these two sides, both keeping the play alive. But the point heads the way of Bob Jones. 7-5 with Bethany Estelle heading back to serve. Estelle's serve heads over towards Kelly. Now Boulay sets up near side Moon and goes off the palm of her hand into the net. It's 7-6. A little mistiming from Moon on the attacking error as Bethany Estelle heads back to serve once again. Now just a 1-point deficit for Bob Jones as Kelly bumps it on the back row. Boulay in the middle. It'll be Ketcher who just has to dump it over. Now Prater in the middle. She's blocked, but it's kept alive. Rolled over by Prater. Now at the net, Boulay meets Burke at the top. And now Moon a swing near side. Did she find the sideline? No, she did not. Point Bruins. It was tight there on the near sideline. And we're evened up at 7. Estelle serves. Back row Kelly. Boulay racing to retrieve it. It goes into the bleachers on the errant reception from Abigail Kelly. And a service ace for Estelle and the Bruins, and Bob Jones finds itself in front for the first time here in the 4th set. Estelle sends the serve over, back row Kelly. Now Boulay sets up far side Fontana. She scores. Another kill for Emma Fontana. It's her 8th and 32nd assist for Izzy Boulay. Here's Caroline Moon to serve. She's currently the only Tornado in double digit with kills, but you got a couple getting closer here in this 4th set. First serve from Moon. Prater with a nice dump, and she finds a hardwood. We've seen Boulay do it quite a few times tonight. Now this time Haley Prater says, I'll do it myself, and gives the Bruins back a 1-point edge. Here's Ann Lloyd to serve. Sends it to her back row for catcher. Now Boulay, Fontana, a huge swing, but Bob Jones able to keep it alive. Now Prater trying to go back row. The Tornadoes are there, and Kelly swings and scores. It all started on the back row to keep that alive. You saw Prater very targeted with where she was trying to put that attack, and Brevard able to scramble, and we're tied at 9 once again. A serve from Fontana. Goes back row, now in the middle, poked over by Bob Jones. Now Boulay sets up Kelly, goes off a couple hands, Prater being the last, and it finds a hardwood. Point Tornadoes, and Brevard is back in front by 1. 10-9 as Fontana heads back to serve once more. Haven't seen much Goodwin here in this 4th set. She stands on the far side. The serve goes off the hands of Estelle. A service ace for Emma Fontana. And Brevard's lead back to 2. 11-9 your scores. Brevard looks to storm back and force a decisive 5th set. Fontana serve, back row for Estelle. Now far side, here is Jordan Goodwin. A big swing, but Caroline Moon is there with the dig, and it goes over. Now near side, Stevens. Fontana on the back row. Boulay pushes it near side to Kelly. She's denied, but Brevard keeps it alive. Boulay tries to dump, once again denied. Now Mickey goes back row. Things settle down for a moment as catcher sends it to Boulay. Boulay to Kelly. She's blocked again, but Moon is right there to send it over. Prater in the middle, poked over by Goodwin. Now Boulay sets it to Mickey, who puts it down, tipped around, and scored. Point Brevard. A long rally. It seems like a lot of those long rallies were going the way of Bob Jones this time. Brevard finds a hardwood and takes a 3-point lead. Emma Fontana once again to serve. Her serve goes back row for Lloyd. 2 Bruins there. As Stevens rolls it over. Boulay sets up in the middle. Fontana, it's into the net. Point Bruins. Lily White checks back in. Fontana heads out after she put Brevard on a nice little run to take the lead back. And it sits at 12-10 with Elise Vest heading back to serve. Vest tees it up with the right hand, sends it into the net. Point Tornadoes. A service error for Bob Jones gives Brevard the serve right back. It'll be Izzy Boulay to serve as Milana Hoyle checks back in for the Tornadoes. Heading the bench is Kylie Ketcher. With Boulay to tee up the serve. Her serve goes back row for Lloyd. Vest sets it up far side. Goodwin. Moon. Free ball goes to Boulay. And Mickey rolls it over. Prater tries to dump. Vest does. Now she fists it over with Boulay setting up Kelly. And it's kept alive by Bob Jones. Really nice recovery by the Bruins as Boulay sets up far side Hoyle. She's denied. Keeps it alive for a moment. Moon able to roll it to White, who gets it on the other side. Now Prater in the middle. Goodwin pokes it towards the back row and scores. Another lengthy rally with Goodwin collecting her 15th kill to lead all scorers here tonight. No other Bruin is in double digits. Next closest is Estelle. Actually, Burke has 7. Estelle has 6. With Beto to serve. Kelly to Boulay. Boulay in the middle, and Mickey is blocked. Goodwin was there as well as Estelle. And it's 13-12. Beto will serve again with Brevard's lead cut to just 1 at 13-12. Beto serve Goes right to Jackson to Mickey. Boulay sets up Hoyle. She's blocked. Is kept alive. Now White to Kelly in the middle. Goes off the hands of Vest as well as Lloyd, but Bob Jones able to roll it over. Now a play at the net. Goodwin whiffs. Point Brevard. Goodwin, you could see her eyes lit up with that ball right at the net, but she whiffed. And Brevard's lead is back to 2 with Kirkland Hudler checking in for Abigail Kelly, and she'll do the serving duties and look to send Brevard on a little run here, leading by 2. Hudler's serve goes to Lloyd on the back row. Vest is there. Swing goes right to White. Now Moon, a big swing, goes off the hands of a couple Bruins and trickles all the way to the wall. Point Tornadoes. Another powerful swing from Caroline Moon. Make that 12 kills on the night for her. 3 others approaching double-digit kills. Emma Fontana with 8, Izzy Boulay with 7, Kelly with 8, and Hoyle with 9. Serve goes over. Now Goodwin, a big swing off the hands of White. Goes towards the basketball goal, and it's a point for the Bruins. Goodwin approaching 20 kills. She's at 16. As Burke checks back in. Send Lloyd to the bench. And Goodwin to serve with a 2-point lead in favor of the Tornadoes. Goodwin's serve goes back row. Boulay sets up Moon, a little too strong on the swing. Actually was tipped in the net. Point Tornadoes. Another kill for Caroline Moon, make it 13. And Brevard's lead back to 3. Lily White will serve. She was kind of kicked off this run for the Tornadoes in that 3rd set. Looks to do so again. Actually, her serve goes in the bottom of the net. A little bit of a misstep for White. And it gives the serve back to Bob Jones. 16-14, tightly contested 4th set. Brevard's been in control for the most part here in the 4th set, looking to push it to a decisive 5th. Serve goes back row from Prater. Boulay sets up Hoyle far side. She's blocked, but is kept alive by Hoyle and Fontana. It's rolled over as Prater sets up far side. Estelle blocked, kept alive for a moment, and tipped over by Burke. Boulay sets up Moon in the middle. Tipped around the net. As now rolling it over is Stevens. Boulay sets up Fontana, goes off the top of the net, kept alive by Prater. Now Lloyd, as an errant swing by Gobert. So that might have been Stevens who went out of play with it, and it's 17-14. Brevard has responded really well to all the punches that Bob Jones has thrown since, trailing 2-0. As catcher will serve. Lloyd retrieves. Now in the middle, it's Stevens with a kill, and she scores. 17-15 the score now on the kill from Maddie Stevens. Bethany Estelle will head back to serve, but Brevard with a narrow 2-point advantage. Estelle sends a serve over to the right hand to Kelly on the back row. Now Boulay sets up Fontana far side, off the hands of Prater and down. Point Tornadoes, another kill for Emma Fontana. She's at 9. 9 kills and 20 attacks with just 3 errors, good for a 300 hitting percentage. Caroline Moon to serve. Brevard leads 18-15. Here in the 4th set, Moon serve goes back row for Lloyd. Prater sets up near side, a swing from Burke, received by catcher. Now White, Boulay tries to dump, and it's there. Izzy Boulay scores with yet another kill for Boulay. It's number 8, and Brevard's lead is 19-15. Bob Jones burns a timeout. Tornadoes need just 6 to push this to a 5th set. We'll be back in 30 seconds as we take you through the rest of this 4th set.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Brevard showing its stick-to-itiveness tonight. This young group, I mean, we really haven't talked about that much. The youth on this team, you see the freshmen contributing. Milano Hoyle has been a big bright spot tonight, as well as Izzy Boulay, only in her sophomore year. Same with Emma Fontana. If you're a Brevard College volleyball fan, you've really got to be excited about the future of this
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
Back here at Boshamer Gymnasium, Brevard has surged back. You saw the urgency there in set number 3, excuse me. You see it again here in set 5. The scoring's been really well distributed. Talked about how many tornadoes have been involved. Abigail Kelly has 8 kills, Milana Hoyle with 9, Izzy Boulay and Emma Fontana with 9 apiece, and Caroline Moon, who serves, leads the way with 14. Her serve goes back row, now in the middle. Tipped around at the net. Great job by Ketcher to keep it alive. Near side, Kelly is denied. But Ketcher is there. Fontana rolls it over to Lloyd on the opposite side. Prater far side for Gobert. It's tipped around. Can Brevard keep it alive? It cannot. And it's a point for the Bruins. Here comes Hannah Goodwin to check back in for Stephanie Burke. And the Brevard lead cut down to 5. And Lloyd will serve. As she sends it over with the right hand, goes back row for Ketcher. Boulay at the net, sets up Fontana off the hands of Lloyd. What a job on the back row by Estelle to just keep it alive, give Bob Jones a chance. But it's a kill for Emma Fontana, and it's 22-16. Back comes Jackson to Mickey, and Fontana will serve. Brevard needs 3 points to force a 5th and final set. Fontana serve, back row for Gobert. Now far side, Goodwin, a huge swing, but Kelly squats down to keep it alive, but then an errant swing from Moon. And a point for Bob Jones. White checks back in, Fontana heads out. As a sub coming in for Bob Jones as well, pair of subs. Elise Vest and Madison Goldstrom back in. As Prater heads to the bench along with Maddie Stevens. Here's a serve from Vest. There's back row from Moon. Boulay sets up to Mickey up front. As Prater, Vest, gives it to Goodwin. To Mickey, keeps it alive at the net and just rolls it over. Now White to Boulay. Near side Kelly, it's tipped to the net and finds a hardwood. Point Tornadoes, it's 23-17. As you feel, maybe you can hear the energy back in the Bosch. Izzy Boulay to serve. We're going to close out this 4th set and send us to set 5. 23-17, Boulay serves. Goes back row for Lloyd. Vest will set up far side Goodwin. A little bit awkward off the hand. Kelly is there. Boulay, far side, Hoyle, big swing, finds the back row. Point Tornadoes. Hoyle into double digits with 10 kills, and it's set point. Boulay looking to close it out. 5th in the USA South in assists, but she's done it in a bunch of different ways tonight. As she serves off the top of the net, and it finds a BC logo in the middle of the floor. Point Tornadoes, set Tornadoes on a service ace from Izzy Boulay. We'll take a quick break, and what an exciting contest this has turned out to be. 25-17 Tornadoes in set 4, and we go to a 15-point decisive set 5. We'll be back in about a minute and a half.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not. Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits. It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today. It's bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
With every cheer for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
We welcome you back for the 5th set. What a treat we have for all of you tuned in tonight. Brevard trailed 2-0 in sets at the end of the second set, but since then it's been all Tornadoes. 25-13 in set 3 and a 25-17, almost wire-to-wire set 4 win. 6 ties, 4 lead changes in that 4th set, but a lot of them were early on towards the middle of that set when Brevard eventually pulled away. Looking at some of the stats from that 4th set, important for Brevard obviously to get that one. 16 kills to just 7 for Bob Jones in set 4, 227 hitting percentage. Did have 6 errors, but was efficient with the attacks. And 4 service aces just to 1 for Bob Jones. And the 2 service errors for the Bruins kind of helped decide that 4th stat. Looking at some of the individual stats, talked about how well the scoring has been spread around for Brevard. He got 3 in double-digit kills. Caroline Moon with 14, Milana Hoyle with 10, Emma Fontana with 10, Izzy Boulay has 9, and Abigail Kelly has 9. So you see only 5 Tornadoes have scored. Actually make that 7 Tornadoes have scored, with Jackson Temicki with 3 kills as well. But if you have 5 players nearing double digits or add double-digit kills, you're probably going to have a good night. A lot of that has happened, obviously, in the 3rd and the 4th set. And 1st to 15 to decide this contest inside the botch, as I believe it'll be the Bruins to serve as Lloyd looks ready to go. It's Temicki, Hoyle, Moon, White, Kelly, and Boulay on the floor for Brevard to start this 5th and final set. Lloyd will check in. She'll likely do the serving duties to kick off set 5. Actually, it will be Vest who will serve. So Elise Vest will kick us off here in the 5th set. Vest ready to serve. It's on the way, no score here in set 5. As Moon retrieves, Boulay underneath the net, able to keep it alive. Kelly just rolls it over. Now Lloyd, far side, Castle, who just checked in. Back row for White. Boulay sets up, near side, Hoyle rolls it over. There is Vest. As Lloyd plays it on the back row towards the Stell. Now to Mickey in the middle, big swing. Right there are the Bruins. Far side, it's tipped around the net and scored. Looks like Castle with the kill on the far side, and the Bruins strike first in set 5. Best serve, back row for Moon. Boulay sets up Kelly, far side. A hard swing goes off the hands of Estelle. Point Tornadoes. That one might have been going long, but with a powerful swing at Kelly, it looked like Estelle couldn't get out of the way. As now Kirkland Hudler checks in to serve. Kelly heads to the bench after helping the Tornadoes even the tally at 1. The serve from Hudler goes back row to Castle. Now push far side. Hudler receives. Boulay sets up Moon, a little high. Maybe missed time to jump there, and it's 2-1 Bruins. You could read the lips of Izzy Boulay. She said sorry after an errant sent as Kelly checks back in. Hudler heads to the bench. 2-1 Bruins with Lois Beto to serve. With the Bruins out in front by 1. Beto's serve goes left side for Kelly. Now Boulay sets up far side. Hoyle a big swing, but Lloyd with a dig on the back row. Beto in the middle, floats it over top of the net. Now Boulay tries to dump again. Lloyd keeps it alive with her fist, and now it goes far side. Boulay racing towards it. White will roll over the 3-ball and keep it alive. Tornadoes trying to scramble. Goodwin pushes it back row and finds a hardwood. What a play by Hannah Goodwin. She saw the Tornadoes were a bit out of position, and she scores with her 17th kill. A heads-up play from Goodwin to mix up the speed there as Beto sends a serve over. White is there. Now Boulay bumps it towards Moon, who goes far sideline, but it's too strong. 3 straight points for the Bob Jones Bruins, and it's 4-1. Abby Pardee tonight has been very timely calling timeouts. Does not take one there. It's still early in this first set. Boulay to Moon, goes off a couple hands, back to Beto. Now a dump over top of the net to Mickey, tries, and she's blocked by Hannah Goodwin. And right as I say that, Abby Pardee will use one of her timeouts. 5-1 Bob Jones as the Bruins come out aggressive in the 5th set. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be back on the other side.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
Back here at the Bosch, it's been Bob Jones to take a 5-1 lead here in this 5th set with Lois Beto still to serve. For Bob Jones, she floats a serve to Lily White, to Izzy Boulay, who sets up Milana Hoyle, who rolls it over the top, and she scores. 5-2 Bob Jones on Milana Hoyle's 11th kill of the evening. The freshman has been phenomenal tonight. Lily White to serve. She's been very effective with her serves tonight, with 3 service aces. As her serve goes back row. Now near side, it's Goodwin. She missed the back line. Point Tornado. A hard swing from Goodwin, missed it by just a little bit. Good call on the back row there. As Lily White will tee up the serve with Brevard trailing 5-3. White serve, back row to Lloyd. Now Goodwin pushes it over and finds a near side corner and scores. Hannah Goodwin has been crafty here in this 5th set. And she collects yet another kill, make it 18 for Goodwin. And it's 6-3. Now Goodwin's serve goes into the net, and she gives it right back. 6-4. Brevard still trails, but gets the serve back. And Kylie Ketcher will serve. Ketcher ready to tee up the serve. She sends it over to the back row. Now in the middle, it's pushed over by Stevens. Moon, a huge swing, goes off the hands of Beto to keep it alive. Nice job by her in the back row as Lloyd will roll over the free ball. Boulay sets up middle for Moon, and it goes into the net. Looks like that might have been intended for Fontana, as the two Boulay and Fontana discuss it. The score shifts to 7-4 in favor of the Bob Jones Bruins. You see the leadership of Boulay out on the floor. She was talking to me last night. Tornado talked about how she's one of the captains on this team. You see her every play. She's out there talking on the floor. As Prater will send over the first serve. White receives. Now Boulay sets up. Moon goes off the hands of Beto. Point Tornadoes. Big kill for Caroline Moon. Give her 15 on the night. As she heads back to serve for Brevard. 7-5 Bruins. As Brevard inches closer here in this 5th set. Lloyd receives a serve. Prater pushes it to Stephanie Burke, but a great dig to keep it alive. Now Prater goes back row for Ketcher. Fontana far side, kept alive by Boulay. Whistle blows, and they call a violation on Emma Fontana. Sides will switch. First one to 8. They switch sides. It's 8-5. As the Bruins hold the 8-5 advantage. Tight play there at the net. Violation called on Emma Fontana. We'll keep it right here. Both teams staying on the floor. No break. As the Bruins a little over halfway there to close this one out, but the Tornadoes just 3 points behind with Bethany Estelle set to serve. Beto checks out. Lindsay Castle will check back in. For the Bruins. So still ready to serve after the brief stoppage due to the side switching. With the Bruins holding a 8-5 advantage. Whistle blows. Estelle ready to serve. Sends it over with the right hand. Goes back row for Ketcher. Now Fontana just pokes it over to keep it alive. Prater tries to dump, but Ketcher is right there. Boulay in the middle sets up Fontana, but it's out of bounds. Point Bob Jones. Estelle will still serve, and the timeout will be burned by Abby Pardee. And the Bruins lead 9-5. Brevard looking for a surge to try and get back in this 5th and final set. We'll be right back after 30 seconds.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
Welcome you back to the Bosch. Brevard needing a surge here late in this 5th set. Not late quite yet, but about midway through. 9-5. Bob Jones. Regardless of result tonight, you just have to be encouraged by what you're seeing from this Brevard team. Team that's been in just about every matchup so far, despite the record. Brevard's been right there, and so again tonight. Estella's serve goes right over the top of the net. Moon able to receive, and it finds a hardwood. Nobody home for Bob Jones, and call that an off-kilter kill for Caroline Moon. Take what you can get, especially late in this contest between Brevard and Bob Jones. Fontana serve goes back row for Lloyd. Prater sets up in the middle. Nice adjustment on the far side by Stephanie Burke to put that one down the far sideline. See, Bob Jones in this first set has been less powerful swings, more strategic in where they are placing these attacks. And it's 10-6 Bob Jones with Lloyd to serve. Lloyd sends a serve over, back row from catcher. Boulay tries to dump, and she's got it again. Point Tornadoes. 10th kill for Izzy Boulay in 18 tries to go along with her 44 assists. 10 kills, 44 assists for Boulay, and she will serve. Serve goes back row for Estelle. Prater rolls it towards Goodwin, who will bump it over. Moon is there. Boulay sets up far side. Kelly, she's blocked, but a violation will be called on Abigail Kelly. Brevard has not been fond of the calls, especially in this fifth set. Boulay just kind of tilted her head at the head official. And it's 11-7. Elise Best to serve. Bruins need 4. Tornadoes need double that. They come out of here with a win. Best sends a serve towards Caroline Moon. Izzy Boulay sets up far side. Milana Hoyle. Nice job by Lloyd to keep it alive. Now Vest in the middle sets up Castle, and it goes off the hands of Kelly. Point Bruins. Castle has played a role here in this matchup despite not being out there for too terribly long. She's been effective in her time. A big kill right there. It's her third. And Bruins need 3. That serve goes back row for Moon. Boulay sets up Kelly. Big swing goes off the hands of Castle and Goodwin. Point Tornadoes. Big point there for Brevard. As Kirkland Hudler checks back in for Brevard. Her serve goes back row for Lloyd. Vest sets up Goodwin. A big swing, but she's blocked by Hoyle and Tamicki. Point Tornadoes, and Brevard back within 3 with Hudler retaining the serve. Great combined effort from Hoyle and Tamicki as the serve goes to Goodwin, goes off the roof, but it's kept alive. Now Goodwin tries to go back row. It hits the referee and out of play. Point Brevard, and it's a 2-point deficit now for the Tornadoes. Fans come alive. Timeout. Bob Jones. 12-10 your score. We'll take a break with them. I hope you're having as much fun as we are here in the Bosch. We'll be right back.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at the Bosch. What a treat this has been. Can't ask for much more to open the home schedule here at home. Inside the Bosch, Brevard battles all the way back down 2-0. Forces this 5th set, and right now all the momentum, despite trailing, hangs with the Tornadoes. Hudler will serve, goes back row to Castle. Prater all the way near side for Goodwin. Goodwin, back row, Hudler, now Boulay, far side, Caroline Moon over the top, all the middle blockers and down. Point Tornadoes, and Brevard has cut the deficit to a single point. 12-11, Bob Jones with Hudler retaining the serve. Serve goes back row to Lloyd. Prater sets up Goodwin, who pokes it over the top. Moon is there. Great dig by Caroline Moon. Now Boulay will roll it over. Goodwin's home. And now Castle, a big swing. White, masterclass of a dig far side. Now Caroline Moon sends it over. Now Lloyd goes back row. Hudler tries to keep it alive. Hoyle will, but it goes in the bleachers. Point Bruins. You just hear how much the effort is appreciated in this gym, despite Brevard not winning that point. The bench came alive and really appreciated that effort. But Bob Jones gets the serve back. Hudler checks out. As Abigail Kelly heads back in. Lois Beto will serve. Bob Jones needs 2 points. Loses out. Brevard in need of 4. Beto serve, back row for Kelly. Boulay sets up Hoyle near side, and she finds the middle of the floor. Point Brevard. 13-12 after another kill from Milana Hoyle. Her 12th. And Brevard, a pivotal point to get the serve back, now trailing by just 1. Lily White will serve. Great time to have her serving. She goes back row for Lloyd. Set up for Goodwin, who pokes it towards the left corner, and she did it again. She's been great here in this 5th set at just finding the soft spots of the Brevard defense. Match point for Bob Jones. The serve goes back row for Moon. Boulay sets up Milana Hoyle, big swing, and it went past the back line. Oh man, what a heartbreaker for Brevard here tonight. Milana Hoyle is comforted by Izzy Boulay after she had such a great night and just barely missed the back line. What a thriller tonight. Regardless of Brevard not coming out on top, there's been a lot of matches that have been like that this season so far. Brevard falls to 1-8, and Bob Jones improves to 3-7. That'll end our action here tonight, but man, do we have a busy week coming up. Got women's soccer tomorrow against Piedmont for a Friday contest back here at the Bosch. It's Brevard to take on Johnson University out of Tennessee. And then on Saturday, 2 games over at Islesville Mill Family Field, 2 o'clock, men's soccer against Center, and then women's soccer against Avery. That'll do it for our coverage. Thank you all for sticking around tonight. What a fun night this has been to open up the athletic calendar at the Bosch. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Don't go anywhere.